Welcome back, everybody. So today we're doing it. We're finally doing the full face of Becca that I have been promising. It is time. So I have just some sunscreen, face lotion, base on, and that's it so far. We're gonna work through Becca. I'm gonna talk about the stuff. I know it's taken me a while to get here. I've been saying for a while I was gonna do this, but I really want to work with these products and test them out so that I can give you my full honest opinions and review of it. So if this is your first time to my channel, I'm Mackenzie. Welcome. I love makeup and bags and fun, creative, pretty things. So if that sounds great to you, I'd love it if you subscribe below and join me here. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get going with doing some makeup today. So I have first the Becca concealer. All right, so it's in a nice glass bottle. There's the front. I just want to make sure that you can see that. It's the Ultimate Coverage 24-Hour Foundation, and I have it in the color Cashmere, which is a little bit yellow for me, I've noticed, but we're gonna go with it. It gives you the idea of the foundation. It definitely works. I would say this one's a little bit yellow, so I will sometimes go in with like a powder, a lighter powder at the end to cover it up. And I might do that today. That's not going to be a Becca item, but you'll be able to tell what's going on otherwise. So this I've been using and I really like. I'm going to grab my brush here. My brushes are super far away. Let me move those over here today. Okay, so I really like this. I used it when I first got it a little bit on a dirty brush. That didn't work as well. So that's why I was kind of hesitant to do this at first, is I was like, I want to make sure that it's not user error. So after I cleaned my brush, and I've had a while to use it on a clean brush, it definitely is a lot better. It is a thick, kind of sticky formula. So I'm just gonna pump a little bit of it on here, and you can see it just kind of is a glob there. Just pumps right on in that glob. But it covers nicely. I'm just gonna kind of glob that glob around my face so that I can spread it out. And you can already tell it's definitely too yellow for me, but it's covering up my redness that I have. Let's see if we can get this spot up here. I kind of covered that nastiness down there. So like I was saying, yes, it is a thicker formula. It has a little bit of a smell to it. I don't know what I would describe that smell as, but it's definitely thick, which in some cases is good because it's giving you that full coverage, and it definitely does give you a full coverage. And that's why I wanted to put this on with you from having nothing on, so that way you can see that difference it gives me in my face. I'm just checking my mirror over here. I think that looks good. I have to be really careful to blend this all the way up because it's not a perfect match. Make sure that it blends down and in so there's no obvious discrepancies in my face. But it does the job. It really is a full coverage. It's a thick foundation. If you want a lightweight one, this is not going to be it. It is a full coverage, and it's thick, and it goes on thickly. But I like it. It does the job. Some days in the summer, though, I definitely just want a lightweight, more medium coverage, and that's when I do reach for some of my other foundations. But if I want the coverage, I'm going with this. And with the clean brush, it spreads out much better. So my thoughts on the foundation are I do like them. We'll do some final thoughts at the end as well. I'm gonna put a little bit of concealer on under my eyes. This is not Becca. You should reach for that. So I'm just gonna put this on quickly. And I think for the sake of right now, I'm not gonna powder over my face because I'm okay with it right now. So we're gonna go into bronzer. I have to grab the bronzer. So I have this full palette that I had bought. You can see my light through, but it's the Chloe collaboration of it. So this is that palette. Now this one is no longer available, so I'm not gonna do a lot with this one. I might use this, some of the blush on this maybe for my eyes, but it doesn't even have like necessarily names on it. It does have names on it, but I don't think that they're names that you can get otherwise. You can maybe get some of them, but like the one is called Cocoa Bronze. I'm pretty sure that that's one of Chloe's, so I don't think you can get that necessarily. So I'm gonna use the sample ones that I've gotten because those are in colors that you could still get. And I wanna make sure that I'm giving you that option. So we are using this bronzer, is a Sunlit Bronzer in Capri Coast. So there's what it looks like in the pan. And I'm going to grab my brush for bronzing and put some of it up here. Give myself that sunlit glow. It is a shimmer bronzer. It's right here. You can kind of see it shimmering. My whole hand looks shimmery though. So just be aware of that as it is shimmer. It's not gonna be matte. Same with their blushes, because that's just their thing. But it makes me feel like a bronzed goddess. And I think for the sake of today, I am going to use that Cocoa Bronze because it's darker, and this one is more matte. And I'm gonna use that as the contour. Whoa. A little bit down here. Whoop. All right. So there's the bronze. Now let's highlight and throw stuff on the ground, as I do. It's okay. It was the concealer. It's all good. She's good. All right. So for the sample of the highlighter that I'm going to use, I have the Vanilla Quartz. And this is the thing that Becca's known for, is their highlighter. So here it is. Here's that beautiful highlighter. There's a swatch of it. That's a highlighter, my friends. We're gonna go in and we're gonna, hello. Put some highlighter on. Put a little bit there. I like to just brighten up certain parts of my face because that's what I want to do. I like highlighter. I like to shine and glow. So there's the highlighter. And let's do the blush. I have this one in Camilla. If I can get it open for you. There it is. There's Camilla. It is a kind of rosier blush. And this one definitely has some shimmer as well. So this one I kind of start up here with and pull it down. I do like to put blush on my cheeks, but I kind of want to work this one down because it is so shimmery. And we'll put a little bit up top. So there's that blush. On me, like, you can see that it's there, but it doesn't look overpowering. Are they even though? I feel like, does that look even to you? I think that's better. So those are the face products that I have from Becca. I really love them. They're all very shimmery, so just keep that in mind, but I do like them. I don't have eye product from Becca, obviously, so I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna use some of that blush and the highlighter from that other palette though, but I'm gonna just start with the PYT that I had gotten in the last Ipsy bag with just the light base up there for a little bit of matte on my eyes so that my whole entire face isn't shimmer, because y'all know I love shimmer, but you need some balance. All right, so we have two options. We have the Fierce, which is this one, and then the Radiant. Whoops, that's over here, sorry. Fabulosity, as they call it. So, I think I'll do Fabulosity because it's got these swirls of darker colors in it, very cool, in the crease. And then up along the lid, I'm gonna do, what is that one called again? Fierce, because it's warmer. So you want the cool in the crease and the warmer forward to bring it forward. So I'm gonna start with the crease though, and then see what I need to do from there. And again, this is a blush, not an eyeshadow, so it's gonna take a while to build up. All right, so that's kind of soft and subtle, but I like it. So we'll go with that. And again, it's a blush, not an eyeshadow. So just keep that in mind. And I'm gonna do my brows, mascara, that type of stuff. And we will touch base at the end. I'll put on some lipstick because if you've been here before, you know that Becca is my absolute favorite lipstick. That's why I'm doing all of this, is because I am in love with their lipstick. So I'll do that and we'll talk final thoughts. All right, so since those weren't Becca items that I had for my brows and eyeliner and mascara, and so I just kind of zoomed through that, but those are on, so it's time for some lipstick. For today, I grabbed my favorite. I do have two of these because, as we've heard, Becca's leaving, so this is the one that I have backups of. It is my favorite. This is Petal. I love Petal. It's a neutral color for me. It's a cooler color. I have some cooler colored lips already. This one is pretty much a nude for me. I've talked about nudes before. Nude is gonna be different for everybody. For me, this is the color of my skin, or my lips, I guess, my lip skin. So it's a little bit pinky, but that's the way my lips are. Like you can see, I have it on the bottom lip. It's pretty similar, but it just gives it a nice shine. It's got that beautiful like vanilla smell. Oh, I love that. And it's just slightly darker, gives it a little more definition. So there is our full face of Becca. All right, I'm gonna scoot back a little bit and we'll talk some final thoughts. All right, so my final thoughts on this. I'm gonna preface it by saying I love Becca, in particular their lipstick. That's what got me hooked on Becca, and I need to mention that they are sadly leaving us come September. They will no longer be with us in the beauty world, which is so sad, so sad. So that's why I'm doing this now, so you have time to get these things if you want them. They also just released a brand new item. It's like I think it's like the opal highlighter. It's inspired by that. I don't think it's not exactly that one, but it is a new highlighter inspired by that. So they are still bringing out some new things as they're going away. So that's kind of cool. And I just wanted to make sure to mention that as well, because that just was released. I obviously haven't seen it in person or anything, but I know that they are just releasing that. So let's start with the foundation. Again, I have cashmere. It's a little bit light for me, but I love that it's in a glass bottle. The pump works really well. It is a pumper. That works really well. I'm happy with all of that. It is a water-based. I think it's 22% water. And they say that it's ultimate coverage and a surprisingly weightless and breathable cream, a perfectly balanced distribution of pigment and water at high concentrations allow the formula to adapt to all skin types. Lightweight and oil-free, it creates second skin effect, undetectable, flexible coverage with a neutral, long-wearing finish. Natural, not neutral. And it comes in a large range of shades, which I absolutely love. There's something for hopefully just about every skin type. And if you're ordering it online, they do have a way to look at like the models wearing it and see which one resembles you to pick it. I did that with this, and I went with the one who was more yellow. I don't know why I did that. I have red undertones, not yellow. So that was just my air. And I'll leave it at that. I think that if I had picked the one that looked more like me, I would have been good. So again, it's slightly off for me, but I think that was just me grabbing the wrong one, because at that time I was like, no, this one looks like me. These yellows, I think I just been wearing yellower makeup. So that's all. But it definitely is still a close match. So again, that's the cashmere. I like it. It's thick. It is a full coverage, and it is a thick consistency too. So make sure you're using it with a clean brush. Otherwise it's going to stick to your brush a lot and not want to spread around as well. But those are my thoughts on that. And again, it is water-based, so just keep that in mind as you're working with other things that you want the water-based versus the oil-based, like concealers and things like that. What do we do next? The bronzer. I like the bronzer, and I talked about this already. It's a shimmery bronzer. That works. Now, the one that was in this quad is more of a satin matte. So they do have some of those. I would assume. I don't know a lot about their bronzers. I just have this one and the one that was sent to me. So this was the shimmer. Nope, that's the blush. This one is the Capri Coast, the Sunlit Bronzer. That one is a little more shimmery, but they're not bad. Like, it's definitely still a bronze, and I always feel like a bronzed goddess when I wear this stuff. So I do like it. Just their shimmer one does have a shimmer. So if you want matte, make sure that you're looking for the matte. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But I do enjoy them. I think we did highlighter next. Love it, gotta have it, can't go wrong with it. Yeah, and if you know Becca, you know that their highlighter is like their #1 top thing, whatever they call it. I think their #1 bestseller is always their highlighter. That's what they're known for, because she packs a punch. Again, there it is. And I still have kind of a small amount of the swatch on. I kind of wiped it off, but a little bit is still there. As I wipe it off. But that highlighter is magical. This is where that shimmer is beautiful that they have. They know shimmer. They got shimmer. I love shimmer. I am a fan of that highlighter, 100%. This one again was the Vanilla Quartz. So I love that, and that's a good color for me. The blush is really nice. It's not super, super pigmented. If anything, it's more shimmery, but there is pigment. Like you can see the pigment here in the Camilla. There is pigment. It's not like some blushes where it's like, wow, there's the pigment, boom, packs a big punch. But it's there and it's shimmery. So if you don't want a highly pigmented blush, I would go with this, but I'm gonna be honest, if you want a blush that's gonna be a lot of pigment right away, maybe not, because I do have to work with it a little bit to get there. Even the ones in the quad, I have to build those up to get the color. So if you just want something light, especially for the summer, if you're wanting a lightweight face, this is great. But if you do want a higher pigment blush, this probably isn't it for you, but it's beautiful for the summertime. It's gonna give you a nice shimmer, light color, just a little flush. So it is still beautiful. But these are my final thoughts, and those are my final thoughts on that, is it doesn't pack a huge punch when it comes to color. And so that was the same with the quad that I used on my eyes. I had to build that up to get that color, even with that darkest one. I'm just gonna keep throwing things on the ground today. So I used the super dark one here, and I did have to build it up to get that color up there on my eyes. Again, it's a blush, not an eyeshadow, but it still gives you an idea of how they look. So there's that. That's kind of what I did. And again, I put that on my eyes because I don't think you can get that quad anymore. When I got it, it was on sale, so it's gone now. But I will try and find similar ones for those colors maybe for you and put them down below, because I used the darker one here. I used the warmer one on the lids, and then up in the top is the highlight. And for the contour, I used the bronzer from that because it's a darker bronzer. This is kind of for a deeper skin tone palette. The lighter one they didn't have anymore when I got it, but I like this one for the summer, so it gives me that bronzed look. And finally, my favorite, the lipsticks. Love them so much. They are so soft and satiny and smooth, nourishing. They have a smell, but it's a nice smell. It's a nice vanilla smell. I absolutely love them. I can't get enough of them. So again, I'm wearing Petal. I have Orchid that's a little bit purpley. I have one that's like a hibiscus color. I have a variety of their lipsticks, and I got some new ones when they were on sale. I think I picked up 3 more. I actually got one at TJ Maxx. I have their lip gloss as well. I love their sticks more than their gloss, but I've been wearing a lot more glosses lately, so I'm gonna probably wear the gloss again, but it is a plumping gloss, so it makes your lips tingle. If that's what you're into, go for it. If it's not, don't. But the lipstick is beautiful, nourishing satin. You can't go wrong with it. So again, this is Petal, and they have, if you see on the bottom there, if I can get in and get it to focus, there's that C there in the top here. I don't know if I can get it to, yeah, you can see that. So that means that these are for cool lips. They have a neutral, a warm, and a cool when you're looking. So if you're online and you want to know what's gonna match you best, they label them for you. I love that. It's super awesome. It's great marketing. So those are my final thoughts. In general, I love it. There's a couple things obviously that to be aware of that may or may not be your thing, but those are my final thoughts on this Becca. I know this has been a long time coming, and I'm so happy that I was able to do this for you because I love Becca. This is the high-end type item that I will buy because it is worth the money, and I absolutely love it. I'm willing to pay a little bit more, especially for like these lipsticks, when it's giving me that luxury experience. These soft, nourishing lips. I love it so much. And it generally stays for a while as well. So those are my final thoughts on that. I will link below the ones that I used today again, of course. And one final reminder, I'm posting this now so that you have time, because Becca is going to be discontinued, is going away come September, is what they've been telling us. So maybe we'll get lucky and we'll do something else. Sometimes brands do like a rebranding, or they're going with another brand. Maybe we'll get lucky, but I haven't heard of that yet, so we'll have to see. All right, there's my final thoughts. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. Make sure you take care of yourself so that way you can have a great weekend, and and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Thanks for hanging out with me. And again, if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. I'll see you later.